The first 10 minutes of your phone time should all be preparation. 10 minutes of good work at the beginning of a phone time will shave off 30 minutes of your phone time in the back end, and it'll make you a lot more productive. There's 4 steps that you need when it comes to doing your phone time. The first thing you got to do is have your schedule done with your daily demo goals. Every single day, I will always have 2 numbers on my schedule. It'll be whatever my goal is over how many openings I have got. You've got to have those times done out in advance, and you have to have a number to share to people. You can't say as many as I can. You cannot wing it. 2 out of as many as I can is never going to be satisfying, and it doesn't let the customer see how they're actually helping you hit their goals. Once I know how many demos I want, I can actually figure out how many numbers I'm going to need for that phone time. The second thing is you need to have your call list. I always had to grab my spiral, I had to grab my notebook, and I would write out how many people I was going to be calling. I would put all their names and numbers down on there separately. This might seem like busy work to you guys, but for me, my problem was I would call a number and then I would start digging through my references. I'd pull out a directory, I'm searching on my cell phone, and I end up wasting a ton of time between every single call. When I would take that time, I would take 5 minutes to go ahead and just write out every single person I was going to call. All of a sudden, my calls were so easy because I got momentum. It was just go next, 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 next call. However many demos I'm wanting to book, I try to call at least 4 times as many people. So if I want to book 5 demos, I'm going to try and call 20 people. If I want to book 3 demos, I'm going to try and call 12 people. That's what's going to actually get me to the numbers that I need. I call through every single one of them without stopping, and then I call through them all a second time through, and anyone who didn't answer, those are the ones that I call twice. Sometimes when people see a number called 2 times, they realize it's important and they're more likely to pick up. The third thing you have to have is your approaches. You must make sure you have your scripts out in front of you. You're never allowed to do phone time without having your scripts ready. But then the last thing that I always have to do for my phone time, the 4th thing, is I've got to practice the approach at least 1 time through. The first time I do my phone script, it's a guarantee I always mess it up. I don't know why, I just always do. So I'll call the office and do my first run through that way. I'll call someone else on the team. Hell, I'll call my own voicemail if I have to. It's not good enough to just read the script over. You want to do it out loud. That way you don't skip things like building rapport. Going, hey, how are you guys? Are you having a great day? Awesome. What have you been doing that's super fun? There's a million things you can say. Then you go into the approach, makes a big difference. So again, make sure number 1, you've got your schedule with your daily demo goals already blocked off. You know exactly how many demos you need for each of the next 3 days. You know exactly the times you have available. Number 2, you got to make sure that you have got your call list done out on a separate sheet. Even if you have your top 50 list, figure out how many people you need to call, write those on a separate sheet of paper so you can just go. Once you're at the bottom, you go through it a second time. It helps you stay organized. Okay, the third thing is you got to make sure you have your approaches out. Makes all the difference in the world. Last but not least, number 4, practice it out loud with another human being before you ever do it. You do those keys there, I guarantee you, those 10 minutes you do at the beginning of your phone time, it will save 30 minutes throughout. You'll get in and out quicker, add some structure to what may not be the most fun part of the job, but once you crack that nut, it gets way the heck easier, and all of a sudden you're just doing those demos, making that match.